to go into the first team was obviously not always the easiest experience, but I think if you say this to all of the young players at Arsenal, that David done so much. He went out of his way to do a lot for us and advice on and off the pitch. Hi, I'm Bukayo Saka, and I'm going to be answering fan questions for SPORTbible.
If you weren't a footballer, what would you be?
If I was a bit taller, I think I would play basketball. If I couldn't play basketball, maybe I would be an actor. I like Will Smith. When I was growing up, he was my favourite actor, and Idris Elba as well. I think, yeah, I'll try and be an actor.
What's your favourite Will Smith film?
For me, it was always Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where I was like, yeah, he's a really good actor. I think that's one of my favourite TV shows as well to date, so I would say Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Who was your favourite player growing up?
Depends, of course. All time, my favourite player is Thierry Henry. When I was in the academy and I was more close to watching games and stuff, I always used to love Alexis Sanchez. I think he was my favourite player. The way he played, I just loved him, and I still do.
So someone like Alexis Sanchez, do you look at him and think, I'd love to have,
Yeah, I'll tell you, when I was in the academy, I tried to wear the same boots as him and stuff like that. So I tried to do a lot of stuff that he did.
What do you do to relax?
If I have time, I would play games like Call of Duty, of course. And yeah, it just takes my mind off everything and just enjoy it.
Who's the best gamer at Arsenal?
The best gamer at Arsenal, depends which game we're speaking about. I would say, I don't know. Overall gamer, I have to give it to myself. I'm just going to put it out there, yeah.
Which player has helped you the most during your career so far?
I've had a lot of help from different players, but I would say probably the biggest impact's probably David Luiz, who's done the most for me in my career. To go into the first team was obviously not always the easiest experience, but I think if you say this to all of the young players at Arsenal, that David done so much. He went out of his way to do a lot for us and advice on and off the pitch. So yeah, he was a really good guy. But there's been loads of other players at Arsenal, of course, but I would probably say David.
How would you describe Mikel Arteta's management style?
Tactically, he's quite a genius, I would say. I think tactically he's good at really outsmarting other teams, and he always knows how it's best to get out in terms of playing at the back and how best is to press them. And I think as players that really helps you go into games prepared and knowing what you have to do to win, basically.
How much of an influence has he had on you personally?
I think since he's come in, he's improved me a lot as a player, so a lot of my improvement I have to thank him for, of course.
If you could sign one player for Arsenal, who would it be?
Past and present as well. I think it would be Thierry Henry. There's been a lot of legends at Arsenal, of course, Ian Wright, Dennis Bergkamp, but I think Thierry Henry, what he did that season, specifically that 04 season, I think was special, and I think if he could recreate that for us, I think we would win the league straight away, so I would say Thierry, yeah.
What's the proudest moment of your career so far?
The proudest moment of my career so far has been winning the FA Cup for Arsenal.
How does that measure to playing for England?
Well, I don't know. I never really like to compare club and country. Obviously, I have goals for my club and goals for my country as well, but the proudest moment of my career to date would definitely be to lift the FA Cup for my boyhood team, of course.
Which team do you enjoy playing against the most?
I think every year the game you're looking forward to, of course, is the North London derby against Tottenham. I think it's the best atmosphere and it's the game where everyone's up for it the most, so I'd say that's the game I look forward to playing the most.
How did it feel scoring in it this year?
I can't really describe how it felt scoring in the North London derby. I don't know, I can't describe it.
Do you set yourself goals and assists targets for the season?
Yeah, I do, but I keep them to myself, I keep them to myself, but I always do that every single year, so yeah.
Did you hit target last season?
Yeah, I hit my target for assists, but not goals last season, so let's see if we can work on that this year.
Other than the Emirates, what's the best stadium you've played in?
If I'm going to say the best stadium I've played in, definitely the Emirates. If I can't say that, I'll have to say Barcelona Stadium. I think it's called the Nou Camp.
If you and Harry Maguire had a unicorn race, who would win?
I think I would win a unicorn race. Out of me and Harry Maguire, I think I would win, yeah.
Who is the toughest opponent you've faced?
Kyle Walker. I think that's pretty self-explanatory.
Who would you say are the top 6 now? If Leicester are in there, who's dropped out?
Well, Liverpool are in there, United are in there, City are in there, Chelsea are in there, Tottenham and Leicester in the last few years, I would say. Arsenal fans will probably like come up with some stat now that, you know, I mean, because they think I hate them anyway. It's like they drain me. Start winning. I want to start